乐乎。今天的客人是谁呢？
在矽谷这个学业竞争极大的环境里，中学生都忙着做什么呢？今天我们的来宾是一位非常特别的少女作家 Hannah Kuo。年仅15岁的她已经出版了一本厚厚的长篇小说《Wildfire Stream》，还在 Amazon 获得全5星的好评。从小在教会长大的她，不只专注于学业、写作，还擅长钢琴演奏，也长期担任小孩的主日学助理小老师。Hannah 在家中是4姐妹中的长女，4姐妹感情融洽，且在不同的领域各有所长。到底是什么样的教育方式能养成喜乐的孩子，并成就孩子的梦想呢？今天的谁来做客，就让我们透过 Hannah 的故事来了解她充满爱与鼓励的家庭教育吧。
观众朋友，大家好，我是 Ann， 欢迎收看《谁来做客》。今天为您邀请到的客人非常的特别，他才9年级，但是已经出版了一本书，他的名字是 Hannah Kuo。欢迎 Hannah 来我们节目当中。
谢谢 Auntie Ann， 大家好。
So you just published a book and it has really good reviews on Amazon, all 5 stars. Can you introduce your book a little bit?
Yeah, so the book I wrote is called Wildfire's Twin. It looks like this. So what happens in the book is there's this place, these islands where people live, and they have powers, so they can control like fire, water, wind. Yeah, I've always been interested in that kind of stuff.
That's really cool.
And so what happens is this girl, she's like the main character. This is her twin. So she's from a family who has like the fire powers, but she like activates the water power, which is like super weird because she's supposed
the whole family.
Yeah. So and she's always been kind of like looked down upon by her family and everybody else because everybody loves her sister, her twin sister.
It's a bit like the ugly duckling story.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, so she's so there's this conflict between her and her family and like her and society. But then overall, in the islands, 200 kids get abducted. So her queen chooses her and like 3 other friends to go rescue her. So she kind of has to like force herself to grow from those.
So there's something she can do, right?
Yeah.
Even though her family really accept her as a family member, but she has something to do. Why did you come up with this idea?
Well, I've always been interested in powers, and yeah, honestly, the very first scene that came to mind for this book was when I was taking a shower, because I do my best thinking in the shower.
Really?
Yeah, but
that's when you get the inspiration all the time.
Yeah, it's just like when my mind
Did you
wanders.
take a shower for a long time?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember the thought and being all excited.
Right.
So, and then I started writing. So.
How long have you been working on this book?
In total, about a year. 3 months for writing and the rest of the year for like editing. And
did you like spend more time coming up with the ideas and writing, or writing takes more time?
I would say it's about the same, but for ideas maybe a little bit longer because I gather enough ideas to start a story, and then and then as I write, then I like more ideas pop up, and then I start adding more and more to the story.
So did you plan for the whole plot, or did the plot change a lot after you wrote it?
Well, I had the general idea for the plot, like this is gonna happen, and then this happens. But yeah, I just followed that general guideline. But for like details and everything, then yeah, that just kind of just wove its way.
You just play with it, right?
Yeah.
You had so much fun playing with it.
Yeah.
What was the writing process like?
So I had to figure out a way to start the story, so I wasn't sure like where to start. I'm like, should I start like in this place when this is happening, or before that, or like, and then you have to kind of figure out the flow of the story, because you don't want to make it too slow, because then readers get bored. But then you don't want to make it too fast, because then they get confused. So that part was pretty hard too.
Right. Then how do you balance in both ways?
Well, I try to put a little bit of everything. Like, I would have like a big action scene or something, and then I would try to have like a little break and then another big one, just to kind of like calm down and explain it, and also kind of build up for the next whatever cool thing's gonna happen.
Or did you invite your family or friends to read it, or to proofread it?
Yeah, so I got a lot of offers for them to like proofread it, the first book, but I was like super nervous and super shy about it, and also I wanted to be like a surprise, so I didn't let anybody read it except me.
Wow. So
Yeah.
were they like shocked, really surprised with the book?
Yeah,
What
like
was their first reaction reading the book?
well, my mom told me that when she first read it, she's like, it's like she forgets that I was the one who wrote it because, yeah.
Just too amazing. The book.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Any other like comments from your friends and family?
Yeah, so like at school, I went, because I published it over like Memorial Day break last year, and then I went to school, and then so many people came up to me, and then they're like, I heard you published a book. And I was like, oh, yeah, because I wasn't sure how to deal with all like the questions and stuff. So like a lot of my friends, when I told them, they started posting on social media and stuff because I didn't have one back then. And then, yeah, and then it spread, and then everybody started coming to me, and then they start asking a bunch of questions, and I was like, oh.
You're like a star, a celebrity. Right. Did you edit out a lot of stuff from the book, or?
I didn't really edit out too many things, but I added some parts to it that I wasn't expecting to add before. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it a
Okay.
little bit?
Okay. So one of the characters, he wasn't supposed to be in it. But yeah, he wasn't supposed to be in this book.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he was like, I was planning on just like mentioning him,
Oh,
and then he would
okay.
kind of like back out or something. But then he
Will
just
he show
kind
up
of
in next book, or?
in the next book. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the main characters in this one. But yeah, so.
So that's just the part that you edit out, or anything else?
Yeah, that's like one of the big parts, and other things I added were just like little interactions between characters here and
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
to make it like more, I guess, realistic and able to more relatable.
Yeah. Right. Have you like experienced any difficulty when you are writing it?
Like writer's
Do you want to
block.
share a little bit? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, writer's block is terrible because I would want to continue the story. Usually it happens right before I want to write about this really cool scene that I've thought up, and but I wouldn't know how to connect the two, and I would just like blank out on what to write next, and I'm like, so sometimes it would just be sitting there for like
Hours
weeks.
and you just read.
Sometimes
Yeah.
weeks, yeah, because I forget about it if it's hard
You
to
put it
write.
away.
Yeah.
Or do something else, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you'll come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you had writer's block a lot of times, or just a couple times?
A lot of times.
Really?
Yeah. Well, for this one, like I said, I kind of already knew the general idea of where I wanted the story to go, so it didn't pop up as much. But for the second one, yeah, a lot of writing.
So you are working on the second one now.
Yeah, yeah.
You're working on the new book.
Yeah, yeah,
Are you going to publish it as well?
yeah. I'm going to publish it.
Oh, is it going to stand on its own, or this is like a sequel?
This will be a sequel. Yeah, I'm planning for this to be a trilogy.
Did you plan this before this book or after this book?
I mean, I knew I wanted to continue this book, but I didn't know for how long. So after I published it, I was like, you know, I might just make this a trilogy because one book alone is too short, but like a series, it might be a bit too long. So just trilogy is good.
You have a lot more ideas that you want to write about it too, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. So this is your first book published, but do you have a lot of unpublished books, writings?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of stories at home that it's just sitting there unfinished.
Are you planning to finish that?
I actually don't know because I've forgotten where I wanted to go with for that story. Usually all those parts that are unfinished are just different scenes that I thought were really cool, and I just had to write a story for it. So it's just like a particular scene or something. So I might use it.
Or
like
maybe
in
you
other
can
books.
integrate it into your new books or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When did you find that you fall in love with writing?
Well, the earliest I can remember, like writing actual stories, were in like maybe 3rd or 4th grade in elementary. Yeah, because I read a lot back then, and then my friend and I, we would just sit down, and then we would just like write a bunch of stories. They will always be like to almost completion, and then we just stop. But yeah, so we called it like a little club or something. Yeah, just
Writers Club.
Yeah, something like that. It was like
Cool.
my cousin and I.
Yeah, wow. So other than like writing books, like stories, do you like to write like poems or other genres?
Poems?
You still love
Yeah,
stories?
I like stories better because like I have a friend and he's like really good with poems, but and like in school right now we're doing poetry and it's
Right.
like super hard. Like I can write poems, but I prefer not to.
Okay.
Because I like stories better.
No problem. It's just personal preference.
Yeah.
So also, what did the writing impact on your life?
I like to see. It's like a place for me to be creative. Like a lot of people, they think creativity is like for like art and like painting and stuff, but I think being creative with words is pretty cool too. And
It has a special power.
yeah. So yeah, it's a place for me to like vent sometimes. Like I realize that I'm more articulate when I write rather than when I speak. So yeah, so it's a pretty cool place for me to be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Other than writing, like what else do you like to do?
I like to play music. Yeah, like piano.
Do you play any instruments? Piano?
Yeah, piano
And what else?
Bass guitar for the youth worship team.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're really talented.
Well,
And also you
okay.
draw the cover, right?
yeah, but
So do you like to draw too?
Yeah, I used to like really like drawing, but I started to read a lot more, and that kind of took up most of the time. And I let my sisters do the drawing because they were really good at it, and like mine are like okay, because like I can draw different things, but if it's when it comes to people, it gets really hard to draw people.
Okay.
So
Right. Do you think like drawing, paintings, and music has an impact on your writing too?
yeah, because they're like a lot of places for inspiration. Like a lot of music lyrics, like sometimes certain phrases and like of imagery or something, I'll be like, oh, that is really cool. Or like, or if I see certain scenes in a movie, then I'll be like, I want to be able to write like that, write something like that. Yeah.
So you give a lot of fresh ideas on your book.
Yeah.
Cool. And how about your siblings? Do they like to write too? You mentioned you have sisters.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of my sisters, she's really good at baking and stuff, so she really likes to like cook, and we were collaborating on one story before, but it didn't last very long. So like that's one time she showed an interest in writing. And my second sister, she's written stories before. Like she was kind of like me, like she read a lot, which led her to writing a lot, but she just didn't publish it. And
too bad.
yeah,
She should publish it.
yeah. I told her, I was like, do you want to publish it? And she said, maybe not. So I was like, oh, okay.
Why not?
I don't know, but like now she's into like art and stuff. So yeah, she's really creative in her drawings and everything. Yeah, and then my youngest sister, she's like a mix of all of us. Yeah, like I've seen her write like short stories or like draw like her own little comics sometimes. And she likes to like bake on like at nights when my sisters and I are at cell group.
Cool. So it sounds like all your sisters are very talented.
Yeah.
Do your parents encourage yourself, like everybody, to find their talents? And
Yeah, like they always told us like we all have like a special talent that God gave us, and we have to like expand on it because it's something He gifted us with. So we should like put into good use.
True.
Yeah.
It also seems like you all love to read.
Yeah.
Do they encourage you to read a lot?
Yeah.
When you were young, like what will they do to encourage you to read?
Well, my parents are the ones who taught me how to read because for preschool I just stayed at home because they have a preschool at home. So yeah, so I just learned at home, and then I just kept reading, and whatever words I didn't know, I would go up to them and ask. And I don't know, I just really like to read. Yeah. So
And how about your sisters?
yeah, my sisters all.
Because you read
like
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they all like reading certain kind of books. Yeah.
And your parents too? They
Yeah.
probably set a really good model of like reading and writing, so all you girls love to read and write.
Well, yeah, I remember when being little and looking at my parents' handwriting, and I was like, I think that looks so pretty. And like, I was like, they have really pretty handwriting. So yeah, that's like, I think that's maybe like a hint to when I might start writing, because like different kinds of handwritings have always like interested me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like my handwriting is like, like
It's okay.
it like
We have
changes all the
computers
time.
now. We can
Yeah.
type.
Yeah, but yeah, I know my dad really likes to read, but he doesn't have enough time for it. So yeah, and during the breaks he would read. And my mom, she likes to read too, but they're like more informational books, like much stories. Like my parents like to read like different books on like more Christian-based books or like different ways to like be a better person and stuff like that.
But generally, they love reading too.
Yeah.
And it's a really good model for all your girls. Yeah. So do you want to share a little bit about your experience publishing the book?
Yeah.
The process and the experience?
So like before, in 3rd grade, I was like, you know, it would be so cool if I could get a story published one day, but like it always seems super far away because like all those really good like authors and stuff are like super high up and really successful.
It's like adult stuff, right?
Yeah, and then like publishing seemed like really hard, so I was like, maybe later. But then like while I was writing this one, my mom helped me like research different ways to get books published. And so we found it on Amazon, and there was like a self-publishing program. So yeah, we just did it through that. It took a lot faster than I expected.
Right. How long did it take?
So all you have to do is like submit your script, like your story, and like whatever you want to be on the cover and whatever you want on the back, and you just submit it all, and it's done in like 3 days.
Wow, 3 days. I think that's because your story is so fascinating, so they want to do it fast.
Maybe.
If the story is not so fascinating, maybe not, right?
Maybe.
Wow. Only 3 days, and then they publish your book and
Yeah.
it's on sale on Amazon.
Yeah, and then they like do printing and everything.
Such an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Right. What can writing bring to you? Does it energize you or exhaust you?
It energizes me most of the time because I get really excited when I come up with ideas or just something to write about in general. And I usually write more than I expected to write. But sometimes it also exhausts me because I would want to write something, but I wouldn't know what to write about.
When you experience the writer's block.
Yeah, writer's block. Yeah. So.
But do you feel exhausted if you like write for 5 hours nonstop?
Well, like my eyes start to feel tired because I type. And
but your brain's still excited about it.
Yeah, so I would like still sit there and it's like dark outside, I should go to sleep. I'm still writing sometimes because like I don't want to forget it, but I don't want to write it down either because I wanted to see it in story form. So yeah. So
if like somebody forced you to stop, does it like change the story or you forgot what you want to write or?
Sometimes, yeah.
It happens?
Sometimes because it kind of annoys me. I'm like, I was going to go somewhere great with this, but I forgot where I was going to go. So
even if you come back, it never come back.
Well, sometimes it comes back, like 50% of the time.
Only 50%?
Maybe.
Oh, such
yeah.
a waste.
I know, but yeah, it usually comes back later, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I go back and change it.
So on the average, how many hours did you write every day?
When I have a lot of ideas, I can write for hours on end, like maybe like 5 hours, like after I come back from school. When I don't have anything to write about, sometimes 0 for like a week, and then I write like 1 or 2 sentences, and then I stop for another week
because I come back and cross out those sentences.
Yeah. Yeah. So it depends.
But how do you balance your schoolwork and writing?
Well, for now, since I'm a student, it's not like my top priority, even though it's something.
Writing is not your. Okay.
Yeah, like doing writing is not my top priority right now. So I just do it on the side, even though like it's something like I really, really enjoy, and I want to keep doing in the future. But since I'm a student, I have to prioritize grades.
But you can still publish a book in just 1 year. That's amazing. Yeah. So do you find schoolwork a lot of like work you have to do now, or it's okay?
Schoolwork? You
can handle it.
Yeah.
But then you have to practice piano and you have church and everything. Like, how do you balance your life?
Well, in my mind, school should stay in school, which means like for homework and stuff, I try to get as much done in school. So like when I come home, I have more time for other things. And yeah, it just kind of like maximizes my time. Yeah.
So what advice do you have for writers, especially like young writers?
Well, so like I would say just to keep writing. Like even if you want to stop, you should probably just keep writing because like even if it's like it might not even be from the same story. Like you could stop a story and then like start a new one. But like I would say just keep writing and keep reading because that keeps the creativity flowing. or like keep watching movies or something. 'Cause, like, which is, yeah, I mean, it might not be the best one. So like reading would probably be the best alternative, because like it helps you in like so many areas of your life, and yeah, it just gives you a lot of
But do you
ideas.
encourage them to read like different genres of the book, or?
Like I would say explore different genres and find one that you really like, and then you can expand off of it. Like sometimes you can even mix different genres. That's what makes it really interesting. Yeah, and always give thanks to God, because that's where all the ideas are coming from.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And any advice for the parents?
Parents, let's see. I'd say encourage your child to follow whatever they like to do, like whatever they want to pursue. Like even though it might not be what they want to be in the future, but it's what they want to do, like for now, because that's what they enjoy, and it's gonna grow them in some way. So I would say encourage them to continue whatever they're doing.
So when you think about your parents, like what did they do like you appreciate the most?
I would appreciate like always telling me to keep writing, because sometimes I remember like at nights when I had my writer's block, I would like just lie there and tell my mom like, I don't want to write this anymore. It's too long, because I don't know where I want to go with this story. And then my mom's like, well, you want to like get this published, right? So like, you should like finish it. Like even if you don't want to get it published, you should at least finish it, because then you will have something complete. And I was like, oh yeah, like, that's a good point. So I would like keep writing. Yeah, and they were just like, they're always like encouraging and like asking for updates on like, well, like how's your story going? And like I noticed you were super excited yesterday. Was there a reason why? And I was like, yeah, I just wrote like this really cool part. I'm so excited over it. Yeah.
So when they found out that you really love writing, or for people who didn't know like what they really like, what will you recommend them to do?
Explore, because me personally, I don't know what to do after, like to study and during college, because like of course like I would try to find something doing it with writing, but like for like a full-time career, I'm not sure yet. So I would say explore, because that's what my parents are encouraging me to do. Because
So what are you planning to explore and do?
planning to study maybe psychology, because that's like
It helps with writing.
Yeah. I never thought into that before, because I always thought psychology looks really hard and doctory, and I don't want to be a doctor. So, yeah, no psychology for me. But then my mom was like, "Oh, it's the study of how people think, and like it can help you with their writing." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't think about that in that way." So I would say explore things that you think you wouldn't like, because like once you experience it, you might not like it, or if you don't like it, you're like, okay, well, I know I don't like this anymore. So yeah, at least I tried it. So yeah.
Right, that's really good. Thank you for coming and sharing your story with us today.
Thank you for this opportunity.
也谢谢观众朋友们今天的收看，有朋来访，不亦乐乎。我们下期节目再见，
拜。
为扩大服务湾区观众，优视频道从即日起，除现有的1.9号数位电视频道以外，也在第16.9号数码频道7天24小时为您播出优质节目。掌握优视频道，共创优视文化。